Hi. Okay, so I've been reflecting in the past couple of days, particularly because of the protest ongoing. The French have a saying: the more things change, the more they remain the same. I'm not fluent in French, but that's the loose translation. The more things change, the more they remain the same. In Nigeria, the more things change, the more they get worse. So life was worse under the military, and we thought anything but the military. So we clamored for change, and then we got democracy, or this fourth republic has started 1999. President Obasanjo remains the gold standard of leadership in Nigeria, you know, especially in the last 25 years. Awolowo is the gold standard overall for Obasanjo in the last 25 years. Some of the achievements of Obasanjo: the telecom revolution, the banking consolidation, the pension reforms. Currently, the pensions industry is worth 20 trillion naira. Using a conversion rate of 1,000 to a naira, 1,000 naira to a dollar, that's about $2 billion under Obasanjo. But it's two top achievements. One, he set up the anti-corruption war, which was brutally efficient. Nuhu Ribadu, an assistant commissioner of police, got his own boss, former IG of the IG of police, Tafa Balogun, arrested and jailed. Ministers were jailed, governors were removed and jailed, Senate presidents were removed, some controversially, yes. So he waged a brutal war against corruption, President Obasanjo. But the second biggest achievement also was debt relief. We had a debt overhang of about $36 billion before he took over Obasanjo. But he got the Paris and London clubs to forgive 18 billion, and then he paid off the remaining $12 billion. Obasanjo was a great leader, but he bungled his succession, which is a great failing. He handpicked President Yaradua, and President Yaradua, God bless his soul, an otherwise decent man, he committed a big blunder. His single biggest strategic error or blunder was to rescind the sale of the refineries, which President Obasanjo, in the twilight of his administration, had sold to Aliko Dangote and Femi Otedola. President Yaradua, because of listening to his advisors, rescinded that sale. That has brought us to where we are, but I'm not going into that. So the man died, and Vice President Goodluck Jonathan took over. Of course, the man was notoriously, incompetent. He was weak. He could not rein in his ministers. So corruption festered under Jonathan. Petrodollars was coming in from everywhere, and then it was being wasted. The corruption was mind blowing, and then of course Nigerians clamored for a change, and people trumpeted, Buhari as the Messiah. So President Buhari took over 2015. And of course, we now realize President Buhari was no Messiah. Corruption under Jonathan was made to look like, children playing, because the corruption under President Buhari was simply out of this world. It was earth-shaking. I mean, just look at the CBN, what happened in the CBN alone. The crimes against humanity that former CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele committed at the CBN. And that's just one. We've not gone into NNPC, we've not gone to other sectors, I mean, the amount of money I'm hearing, some of President Buhari's aides are returning, would make you collapse. Okay, the president was egregiously incompetent, but two of his biggest failings as a leader: number one, like I said, corruption, but second of all was insecurity. He allowed insecurity to fester. Insecurity was localized in the northeast region, that's terrorism, but then it metastasized into, banditry, kidnapping became an industry, banditry became an industry, festered all over the northwest, and all of that. And then particularly, he allowed the herdsmen and farmers' crisis or killings or genocide, to fester, So, 2023 came, and everybody thought, including myself, that of the top three aspirants, President Asiwaju Tinubu, Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, that none of them could be as bad as Buhari. That anything but Buhari. I said that. I was on the IC channels, Arise. I didn't even have a TV platform then as I do now. I thought nothing could be as bad. That Buhari was the lowest. We couldn't plumb the depth of leadership incompetence as Buhari did. But our market. This is August 3rd, 2024. How market? Nigerians. We can't eat. As I speak, Nigerians are on the streets protesting because of food. The basic minimum food Nigerians cannot eat. So the current president and his administration are claiming they are doing reforms. They are doing reforms, yet in the midst of the reforms, they are embroiled in this obscene, wastefulness, the profligacy, that is so mind-blowing. that is so shocking, that is totally repugnant. So you are buying presidential yacht, you are buying presidential jets of $100 million. That's about 150 billion naira. You are building 21 billion mansion for a vice president. You are constructing a road to nowhere, otherwise called the Lagos Calabar Coastal Highway project, and Nigerians cannot feed. So you are engrossed in all this recklessness, and you disdain the people. You don't deem it fit to speak to the people, to engage with the people. You talk down on them through your ministers like Dele Alake, who came the other day and spoke so in such a very, very utterly disrespectful manner. There was no way I could have voted for President Tinubu or Asiwaju Tinubu to become president. I never believed in his leadership style. Everything he's done in Lagos in the last 25 years, I've studied it, critically. That leadership style is the closest description. It's just like a mafia organization. So I never expected anything from him. There was no way I could have supported that, his presidency or whatever. But I never expected that we could live in a Nigeria where Nigerians would be struggling to eat. Nigerians are dying of hunger. Nigerians cannot eat. That's where we are today in Nigeria. Nigerians cannot feed. So what is the reforms we're doing? Under Jonathan, we actually didn't know we're living in paradise. Fuel per litre under Jonathan was 87 naira. The exchange rate under Jonathan was max 200 naira to $1. A bag of rice under Jonathan was 8,000 naira, 9,000 naira tops. What is a bag of rice today is 100,000. A bag of beans over 100,000. Maize, the basic foods of staple of Nigerians, is out of the reach. How much is fuel per litre? 1,000 naira in some places, 800 naira, 700 naira in some places. What's the electricity rate per kilowatt hour? From 66 naira, you took it to 206 naira. And the list goes on. I didn't come here to depress you this afternoon, but to tell you, don't give up. Don't give up. I believe there will be a way out. I don't know how, but we'll keep praying that God will intervene. The Speaker of Nasarawa State House of Assembly said we should pray. I believe in prayers. I'm a man of great faith. I pray a lot. And I believe God will intervene in Nigeria's affairs. We can't continue this way. We can't continue this way. Don't give up. That's all I can tell you. Don't give up. God will intervene and save this nation. God will save Nigeria. Thank you and have a great weekend.